When I can, I like to be the first here. I relish that sort of slow ease into the day. Having that first period here to myself just to kind of gather my thoughts in an almost monk-like silent environment. It's that quiet sanctuary that I'd always dreamt of having. Then there's the slow bustle of the studio coming to life as the lights and machinery are turned on and the working day begins. Sometimes it can be solitary, slow, steady, considered work. Other days it can be frenetic, busy with assistants and visitors. It all depends on what projects I have on the go. As my ideas evolve, the requirements of the studio and people in it grow too. So it's a transformational place. It has to act and operate as all things, from isolation chamber to carpentry to paint shop, or from science laboratory to photography studio or gallery space. It's the space where everything that's in my mind's eye can be brought to life. Being here, though, is the biggest source of inspiration for me, as it's through the act of actually making things that ideas are conceived. I do love sketching on my iPad, though. It's obviously a very different experience to pencil and paper, but I find an immediacy to it that's playful and useful. Being able to share and discuss these initial sketches or concepts with a digital assistant often pushes the idea beyond what I'd imagined. Those flashes of inspiration can turn into months of research and development to create something that on the face of it looks simple, but as you get closer to it, it sort of reveals its secrets. It all helps the experience of the work. The aim for my work is that either individually or collectively they act as an experience. Much of it plays with the properties of either artificial or natural light and how that's used to create an environment or aura emanated or outside of the work itself. It's actually hard to fully comprehend the work through an image alone. Art has always had the ability to take you to another place, and I enjoy works with an immersive quality, and I try to bring some of that to my own work. For that reason too, where I can, I like to work large scale. A monumental presence, I think, is such a draw. It's got that ability to pull you in and say, come into my world. Of course, working large scale, or for that matter, any scale on works that are so process heavy comes with its challenges. Each step or process, there's a chance for something to go wrong, and it often does. But with the ability now to digitally model and 3D print maquettes, we have the chance to problem solve and experience the work first in a digital realm, then at a miniature scale, maybe with a 3D print, before it ever becomes a physical, tangible, full-scale sculpture. Whilst a lot of my works are conceived this way as digital sketches or even full-blown renders, and now of course in many cases they're able to be produced almost entirely by digitally controlled printers or CNC mills. It's kind of still critically important for my own enjoyment of the work, and therefore the reason for doing it, that my hand is evident or involved at every stage possible. So the evidence of a work's creation, the processes used to make it real, are really important to me. I feel the viewer should be able to understand or be able to read its makeup, the layers, the journey, the story each imperfect paint application has to tell. For that reason, I really enjoy the opportunity to have collectors and visitors come to the studio to see works in the environment where they were made. I guess it's all about the journey. That person may end up taking a work away and I may never see it again. So it's actually really important to me. Although saying that, one of the things I enjoy most about my work is seeing it finished. The conclusion to my idea that I had all those months previous, which I thought back then was probably impossible, is now fully realised and in front of me. But of course, that's often the time when the next idea is conceived. There's a spark of inspiration and I'm on to the next work.